Well, if that slide was bizarre, then this is really ridiculous. But it is hard to wash this Sharpie off your hands. So they're saying that we can actually use our fingers to replicate the special angles in the first quadrant. The thumb is supposed to try to represent the positive x-axis here, 0 degrees, 0 radians. The pinky straight up is supposed to be the y-axis, 90 degrees, pi over 2. In between we have our other special angles, 30, 45, 60, up to 90. And we're going to always do the sine values are moving up from the thumb, and the cosine values are going to be coming down from the pinky. The second part of the slide was trying to illustrate it. If this is not comfortable for those of you who are left-handed, then you could take the right hand and turn it over, which for me really looks like a turkey now. And this would still be the positive x-axis at the thumb, and the pinky would still be the positive y-axis. You don't have to do that. You can just, if you are better with your left hand, you can just use your right hand, but remember that the thumb is 0 and the pinky is 90. That the sine values are going to be coming up from the thumb, the cosine values are going to be coming down from the pinky. So let's try one or two, see how this works. If they want us to find the trig values for 30 degrees, we fold down the 30-degree finger. Coming upwards, the sine value, we have 1 digit on this side of 30 degrees. So that means that the sine of 30 degrees is the square root of 1 divided by 2, or 1/2. Still looking at a 30-degree angle, coming down from the pinky, the cosine values. We have 3 fingers on this side of 30 degrees, which means the cosine value for 30 degrees is going to be the square root of 3 divided by 2. Not too bad. Get them both with 1 finger. Okay, if we do a 45-degree angle, so we're going to fold down the 45-degree finger. Sine values, we have 2 fingers over here. So sine is going to be the square root of 2 divided by 2. Cosine value is going to come around from the pinky side. We have 2 fingers. So the cosine for 45 degrees is going to be the square root of 2 divided by 2. It's a little bizarre, but it works. If we're asked to find the trig values for 90 degrees, so we fold down the 90-degree finger. Coming around from the thumb side gives us our sine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So the sine value for the 90-degree angle is going to be the square root of 4 divided by 2, which would be 2 divided by 2, or 1. The cosine value comes from the number of digits on this side of the pinky. Well, there aren't any digits, any fingers on this side of the pinky. So the square root of 0 is going to be our cosine value. Sorry, the square root of 0 divided by 2 is going to be the cosine value at 90. Square root of 0 divided by 2 is just going to be 0. Couldn't stand the gloves anymore. Okay, so they ask us for the trig values for an angle of pi over 3. That means we have to know that pi is 180 degrees. Divided by 3 is going to be 60 degrees. So 0, 30, 45, 60. This is our 60-degree angle. Fold down that finger. Sine value coming from the thumb side, we have 3 fingers. So the sine value for a 60-degree angle is going to be the square root of 3 divided by 2. For a 60-degree angle, the cosine value coming down from the pinky is going to be 1. So we're going to take the square root of 1 divided by 2. The cosine value for a 60-degree angle is the square root of 1 divided by 2, or 1/2. The trig values for a 0-degree angle, or 0 pi. Good afternoon for a motorcycle ride. So we're down here. So you can fold back our 0-degree angle. Sine value would be the number of extra fingers over here coming up from the thumb. Well, there aren't any extra fingers coming up from the thumb. So the sine value at 0 degrees is square root of 0 divided by 2, or just 0. Cosine value is going to be the number of fingers on this side of the thumb. Well, that's 4. So the cosine of 0 degrees is going to be the square root of 4 divided by 2. Square root of 4 is 2 divided by 2, comes out to be 1. So the cosine value at 0 degrees must be 1. If you want to use your right hand, that's fine. It's just that the thumb is 0 still. The pinky's 90 still. So if you're asked to find the trig values for pi over 6, well, pi is 180, divided by 6 would be 30 degrees. So this is 0, this is 30, 45, 60, 90. So you'd be folding down this finger for 30 degrees. We have 1 finger on the thumb side. That's going to tell us our sine value. Sine of 30 degrees is going to be the square root of 1 divided by 2, also known as 1/2. We have 3 fingers on the pinky side, so that would tell us that the cosine value for 30 degrees is going to be the square root of 3 divided by 2. Now, folding down fingers and counting the remaining fingers is a little too awkward in public. You can also make a fist and count the knuckles. So this would be 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. Square root of, the sine and cosine values for 45 degrees. This would be your 45-degree knuckle. On the thumb side, we have 2 knuckles. So the sine value would be the square root of 2 divided by 2. On the pinky side, we have 2 knuckles. So the cosine value for 45 degrees would be square root of 2 over 2. It's a little less awkward. Not sure if either of these will work for you, but it's a possibility. You always have it with you. And if it works, even if it's ridiculous, go with it.